up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here to talk about nothing. I don't have anything to talk about. Haven't been online. I was online for a second yesterday. For a second, I had a meeting, and when I was done with my meeting, I took a lunch and I laid down, and I didn't get up out the bed till like way later. I was so rested. So rested. Felt so good to just lay down, no interruptions. Yeah. Because, during the week, you have responsibilities, children responsibilities, all that kind of responsibilities. And then on the weekend, we're like doing stuff, right? We're, either running errands, going out to eat or whatever, and just busy, just moving. We do really relax for a little bit, but it's like mostly we're like moving around. And then on Monday, it's just like nobody's in the house but me. So then I'm like, okay, me and Maxine. It's just me and Maxine, honey. She lays down like she works all day and night. So she's in there laying down. I'm in here laying down. And it's just no interruptions, none at all. This morning, when my son went to school, it's so funny, there was a DoorDash on our porch. My son was like, "You have a food delivery." I'm like, "I don't have no food delivery. I didn't order no food." So I guess somebody got their DoorDash delivered to the wrong address last night. So hopefully they'll get a refund. It was some Mexican food. I don't know. But I told my son to go put it by the bins. That's because like homeless people will come over there by the bins and look for stuff in the trash, and it was wrapped up, taped up, everything like that. So we give it to someone who probably needs some food. So he did that before he left. Yeah. So I didn't look at anything online. I've been all day yesterday. I was watching videos. I was I was watching videos. I was watching everybody's Real Housewives of Potomac reviews. Pretty good. Oh, that's a cute jacket. That is cute. Yeah, that's cute. Um, and so I haven't let's see. Oh, and you are not. Shut up. No. And you are not. Are you talking? Shut up. No. And you are not. Shut up. No. Wait, baby, jeez. Huh. Wait, baby. Okay. So let's see what's on the blogs, y'all.
I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
I guess these pictures of Van Lathan posted these pictures of Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan. They're like hugging. And this is Van Lathan's caption. I guess it's making people uncomfortable. It's unfortunate because Black men, and it's so funny because Italian men, they have the same like machismo kind of thing going on, right? You got to be masculine and all this other stuff, but they still hug and kiss each other, right? They still hug, they still show affection to each other, but they're still very macho, macho men. With Black men, there is this performance of hyper masculinity to even where you can't even speak in a full sentence without saying pause or some shit, because you don't want any of your actions or words to be perceived as you being homosexual. And it's so sad to live like that. When I tell you, I believe that group of men have got to be the most repressed people out of out of all humans, like straight black men, they're so repressed because they're so like worried about, I need to be careful what I say. I need to be careful of my actions towards another man. I have to be careful. I can't eat a hot dog. I can't eat a banana because I don't want anyone to think that I'm gay. And it's like, what kind of life is that? Like, I feel sad. I feel bad. And it's like, you literally, and then you're so worried about somebody emasculating you. Like, you're so worried about somebody taking away your masculinity, but at the same time, you're supposed to be the leader and you're supposed to be the head, but someone like a woman can take away your masculinity by saying something. They can emasculate you by saying something. Like, it's so sad. What kind of existence must that be? I can't imagine. Let's read Van Lathan's caption. It's these pictures of Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan. He's like holding his head, and then you could see his Jonathan Majors, his arm. He's embracing him from behind, but it's just one arm coming across Michael B. Jordan's chest. And then another one, he has his hand on Michael B. Jordan's head. It's just affection. And black men, you just don't know how to show affection. You can't show affection to another man. You can't show, it's sad. It's just really sad. So Van Lathan says, I've been seeing comments on this pic of my brothers, Mike and Jonathan. It seems like tenderness makes some of y'all uncomfortable. But it's not just men that lean into that. There are a lot of black women who will lean into that as well, where they see two men being affectionate. Oh my God, he's so sensitive. He's so, what do you say? Sassy. He's so sassy. And it's just, it's sad. It's really sad. It's unfortunate. It seems like the tenderness makes some of y'all uncomfortable. Let me tell a little story. I had an epic panic attack in 2004. I've told this to y'all in the past. Me and my oldest friend, Ryan, were on our way to a basketball game, and my body just started punishing itself. We stopped. I went into a convenience store. They called the paramedics. I actually had to be airlifted. I and they thought I was going to die. My friend who was with me was what y'all would call a street nigga at the time, in quotes, doing his thing and pretty emotionalist about it. When I was spiraling, hyperventilating, breathless, I turned around and saw him. He was crying. He didn't know what to do, and he thought his friend was about to go. He put his arm around me. Van, are you okay? Van, I love you, bruh. Come on, man, breathe. The closeness of that moment, the touch, the words helped balance me. I was also scared to ride in a helicopter, laughing out loud. My friend, my brother, who is not at all what any of you would call woke or evolved, even still had to show up for me with affection. He had to hold me. I'm begging y'all, stop adding to the emotional castration of black men. Stop sexualizing every bit of vulnerability we show, including to each other. It's hurting us and it's hurting those around us. Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan, appreciate y'all. That's a great caption. Yeah, it's really, really sad. And again, it's the men in their behavior and the other men and women who kind of have a microscope to the way that they behave. And you watch other communities of men who fall into that, oh, we're macho, we're men, we're the protectors, we're the leaders, and all this other stuff, but they still are able to show affection to each other. That's one of the reasons why I love Real Housewives of New Jersey. You watch the men around each other. They hug, they laugh. They're, of course, inappropriate with each other, but they kiss each other when they see each other. They rub in each other's backs when the other is upset. But then you go to the husbands of the black husbands on the same franchise, and they're very like, hey man, how you doing? And that's it. That's it. There's no comfort. They cannot relax. They can't rest. They literally, y'all be talking about resting in your femininity. These niggas can't even rest in their masculinity. They can't, because they have to be hyper masculine, because they don't want anyone. Being gay is like the worst thing, and they don't want anyone to think that they're gay. Like, literally have to stop conversations, a flow of a conversation, to say pause, because they don't want anyone to think that what they just said can be construed as you're being gay. They won't eat a banana. They won't suck a lollipop. Can you imagine the existence that you can't even comfortably sip out of a straw? You can't comfortably have the joys of having this sweet candy in your mouth that has a stick on it because you don't want nobody to make it seem like you're sucking dick. Like, oh God, I can't imagine. It has to be the most repressed existence. It really does. And it's sad. And other men and women enforce that shit. And so when you see two black men embracing, it makes you uncomfortable. They gay. What? Because they gave each other a hug? And then the women too, they're just as bad. Yeah, y'all niggas is gay. That's too gay. I can't stand a nigga sipping out of a straw. That shit is gay. Girl, what? Do you realize how ignorant that is? And it has to be just a repressive existence. And it's sad. It's unfortunate. It's sad. And I don't know. I mean, it's only going to take more men and women kind of being like, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. It shouldn't bother you. People being vulnerable, people showing affection shouldn't bother you. Right? You got Giselle over there. She's telling her fucking employer that, we'll talk about it later, because she doesn't want to show any emotion and vulnerability, because we have also associated that with you being a weak bitch. You're a weak bitch because you're crying. You see how they treat Candace? She cries. And they treat her like, oh my God, what you crying for? Why you crying so much? What you crying for? You ain't got nothing to cry about. You know how tired I was of hearing that growing up, because I cried. You ain't got nothing to cry about. You crying over something you can't control. I heard that my whole life because I cried. I would cry. And I never understood, like, what? Don't cry, and don't cry at work. Go cry outside. Don't let them see you cry. Why? Because it shows that I'm a human and I feel upset about something or sad about something or hurt about something. That kind of shit has got to stop. It really does a disservice to everyone. Let's see. Let's go to the Jasmine brand, honey. Nicki Minaj seeking default judgment in $75,000 lawsuit against blogger Nosy Ho after she failed to respond to a defamation complaint for claiming the rapper is a Coca-Cola head. During my live show, this is a tweet from her from September 2022. During a live show, I made a comment about Nicki Minaj's son. I was under a lot of stress and pressure at the time, but I apologize for those comments. No excuses. I will continue the fight to clear my name with the help of my team and lawyer. She's still waiting for the blogger to cough up her coins. If you didn't know, last September, Nicki Minaj sued gossip connoisseur Nosy Ho, born Marley Green, after she accused the super bass rapper of using cocaine and made some disturbing comments about Nicki's young son. Reportedly, Nosy Ho uploaded a video online and said, Nicki is shoving all that cocaine, shoving all this cocaine, shoving all this cocaine up her nose. Allegedly, thank you, allegedly, but we all know it's true. The social media personality said, listen, I can't even say allegedly with that, because we all know it's true. I'm not saying allegedly on that. Nicki Minaj is a C-head. Additionally, Nosy Ho mentioned Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty's 1995 conviction of attempted rape against someone by the name of Jennifer Huff. The YouTuber also vilely spoke about Minaj's and Petty's toddler. She stated the baby is going to be an artist too. Following Nosy Ho's distasteful commentary, Minaj legally came at her for defamation of character. In her claim, Minaj demanded no less than $75,000 in damages. And in the event that the woman can't afford to pay up, the super freaky girl rhymer requested to strip Nosy Ho of her right to use a trademark moniker for her brand. Upon the notion of Minaj's lawsuit, Nosy Ho issued an apology, but of course that wasn't enough to take the heat off her back. Obviously, there isn't much fighting done, because now the court documents are showing that Nosy Ho actually failed to respond to the complaint. As a result, they're asking for a default judgment. The comments about the using drugs and the kid and the husband. The kid is out of line. That's all I gotta say. Whether you feel like that or not, I guess, I just imagine it's going to be hard for her as this child grows up, for Nicki Minaj to actually tell the child the truth about their father's history. That's probably going to be something that's going to be hard for her to do as she grows up, because as a child I would be like, why would you bring me into this world and procreate with a man like this? Why would you make him the other half of my DNA? Like, why did you make that choice? That's going to be a hard thing for her to do. But to have people online saying that your son's going to be an artist, yeah, that's a little bit too much. The drug allegations, I mean, I guess Nicki Minaj has an image to protect, but I mean, I guess. That's why she said she took it back. Allegedly what? Allegedly. She was going in. She was really going in on her. So we'll see how that turns out. I really don't have much to say. It's because it's like, that's how the girl feels. Is it wrong? The baby thing, yeah, it's a little bit too much. Because again, you just have to think about, like, this mother is going to have to explain to her child why she chose to procreate with a man of this character. Why did you choose this man to be my father? It's not like you didn't know who he was before you laid down with him. Why did you choose this man? Now I got to live my life knowing that my father is a convicted rapist. Yikes. That's even worse. Like, she's going to have to deal with that when she gets older. Let's see. I don't know. Natalie, nothing. White student sues Howard University for $2 million over racial discrimination claims. A former white student from Howard University Law School is suing the institution for more than $2 million over racial discrimination and creating a hostile education environment. Y'all Negroes at these PWIs. Michael Newman, a plaintiff, attended the School of Law starting in the fall semester of 2020 and remained there for 2 years until he was expelled in September 2022. Newman's lawsuit alleges he suffered pain and suffering, emotional anguish, and damage to his reputation as a result of racial discrimination by school administrators and other students. Frank Trammell, Vice President and Chief Communications Officer for Howard University, said the university is prepared to vigorously defend itself in this lawsuit, as the claims provide a one-sided and self-serving narrative of the events leading to the end of the students' enrollment at the university. The lawsuit claims Newman suffered depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts as a result of public ostracism, vilification, and humiliation. According to the suit, global head of diversity recruiting, Reggie McKay allegedly told Newman that he had become the most hated student McKay had seen during his tenure at the university. When Newman raised concerns about his treatment to the school administrators, the school's dean allegedly denied the Caucasian students at Howard Law and Newman in particular faced racial discrimination to any degree. The trouble for Newman allegedly began when the university shifted to remote learning at the start of the panorama. After a symposium featuring African American speaker in the run-up for the 2020 election, Newman said he posted on the professor's forum page asking if further dialogue could be had on whether Black voters didn't question turning to government for solutions, and two, reliably voting for the same party every election decentivized both parties from responding to the needs of the Black community? Sorry, those sound like legitimate questions. Newman received negative responses from several students and was removed from his group chats for the class. He wanted to know if they could have further dialogue on whether Black voters didn't question turning to government for solutions, and 2, reliably voting for the same party every election decentivize both parties from responding to the needs of the Black community. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's true. If we know you're always going to vote for us, we really don't have to do fucking anything. What do we have to do if I know you're going to vote for me? Anyway, you won't vote Republican, so you automatically, by default, vote Democrat. But what does the Democratic Party need to do in order to get that vote? Not much. They didn't like that. We'll see how that turns out. You Black students at PWIs who are mistreated and stuff like that, y'all need to file lawsuits. Same way these white kids is filing lawsuits at Black universities. That's what's crazy to me. That's the craziest thing to me. Nia Long's 11-year-old son is having a really tough time following father's Emi Iduka's affair. Nia Long says her youngest son, Kez, is having a really tough time after the dad's affair. According to reports, Emi Iduka, 45, was officially replaced as a head coach of the Bolton Celtics earlier this month for allegedly having a relationship with the team's service manager, Kathleen Nemo Lynch. In a new interview, the 52-year-old actress Nia Long gave an update on how their 11-year-old son has been handling the scandal. She expressed, "My only focus right now is my youngest son because he's having a really tough time. I'm sure I have some things that I'm suppressing, but I have to do that to take care of him first. That's the giving. It's natural." She added, "I'm sure I'll have to circle back to myself several times to reconcile things, but the one thing I'm trying not to harbor is anger." Right, girl, you had me move out here and everything else. You motherfucker, you. Oh, as previously reported, okay, they talked about all of that. Yeah, they got rid of his ass. But is he, let's see. Yeah, they got rid of his ass. She doesn't want to harbor anger. Somebody says he'll be all right if you act like you all right. Quit wallowing. Grown-ups don't understand or underestimate what kids go through. Yeah, because y'all always talking about kids are resilient. Kids are resilient. Resilient? Their brains ain't even developed. What you talking about resilient? They just adapt for survival. That's all they're doing. When you be doing all that stuff and you be like, kids are resilient. No, they're not. They're kids. Fragile, vulnerable, impressionable. They're not resilient. They just adapt for survival, literally for survival. I gotta adapt, just like you adapt. Doesn't mean you're resilient. That shit is crazy to me. Kids are resilient. They keep asking her about something she's trying to heal from. Every week there's some story about the situation. You need to take a break from doing interviews. Women walk away so easy in this generation. Yes. Isn't that wonderful? This is a man, of course, right? Women walk away so easy in this generation. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It's so easy. The options are endless. Your grandmother and your great-grandmother, she didn't have options. She had to stay when she knew that her husband had another family across town. Yes. And her children were playing with their siblings and didn't even fucking know it. She had to stay. She didn't have many options, right? Yes. They want to take those options away from you so that you can remain in this abusive, jive-ass, lopsided relationships like your grandmother did. Yes. They want you to be able to do that. They don't want you to be able to leave so easily. Yes. When you decided, hey, I don't want to put up with a motherfucker cheating on me and putting my fucking life and health in danger. I'm out of here. That's why divorce is an option. Leaving is always an option. And you leave for the kids. You don't stay for the kids. You leave for the kids so that your children don't grow up thinking that this weird shit is normal. Yes, women women walk away so easy in this generation. Isn't that wonderful? That's why they don't want you to get an education. They don't want. That's why they say, "Oh, your education don't mean nothing." No, the education allows you to get to the money, to get to the money, to get to the other resources, to meet other people. It gives you that opportunity so you're not stuck in a situation. So you can actually have a earning. You can earn money, right? You have education. Go out, get you a job. If it doesn't pay what you wanted it to pay, but still you have the option. You have the option. Go get your education. Don't quit no jobs. Don't think that, oh, I need to find a man to protect and provide for me. Girl. Yeah, you want a man to protect and provide for you, but you better have your own goddamn money. That's the one thing. Otherwise, you'll be financially abused. You'll feel stuck. Go to TikTok and put in stay-at-home moms. Go look at stay-at-home moms and look at their stories. Listen to their stories. Not just the black ones. Go listen to the white ones, because I feel like the black ones want to mimic the white ones. Why can't we have a life that white women have? Why can't we have our men take care of us? Ladies, those white men are not taking care of their white women. The white women are just a tool and a vessel to have more white men. Okay. I've already told y'all that. So while y'all running around trying to live like white women, trying to mimic what they going through, you need to listen to them first. The same way they tell y'all to date out. When they tell you to date out, go into that community and listen to the women, because the women will tell you. They'll give you the Yelp reviews. They will. They're no different. They're all bred and raised in the same society. You have some that lean into their socialization, and you have very few that reject their socialization. Those are the ones that you have to scrounge and look for. Because it's very few. You know why it's very few? Because on this side, where they lean into their socialization, there's really no consequence for bad behavior, because the women are standing in line waiting for him, because they've also been socialized to not trust women. Therefore, they're not going to listen to what you had to say about them. So they'll wait in line. They know they benefit from it, right? There's not a lot of benefit from rejecting how you've been socialized to relate to women. There really is no benefit, right? You probably get made fun of. They call you a simp and all that other stuff, right? On this side, these men, there's no consequence for the behavior. They can keep going. They can go from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman. They can mistreat women. The other women won't listen to the women who have been terrorized by them previously. And there's a bunch of women just waiting for these men. Look at Martell Holt. Can you imagine? There are literally women who are in his inbox trying to get with him, even though they watched him treat his family, not just Melody, his family the way he did, and then treat the mistress the way he did. He had a baby and then called her a peasant, but there's still women who for some reason think that they can make a better pork chop than Melody or Slow Slaw. Sheree is over there with him now. Girl, what? And then we'll really say he's not like the person on TV. Girl, what? You can't be that desperate for a man, but they are. They are, because those women are also in communities of women who look at men as, a validator, right? Something to validate your existence. If you're without a man, your existence is invalidated. If you're without a man, or the man is not telling you what the relationship is nothing until he says what it is. Y'all give them that power, right? You're also looking for them to protect you and to provide for you, while also being socialized to literally be your oppressor. You okay? Are you okay? I want to knock on your heads. Y'all okay? Yeah. Yes, women have options. They can leave. They can say, you know what? I don't give a damn how long we were together. You go to Boston and you cheat on me, not just with a Mormon chick from fucking Utah. What? At least get you a that be the part. That be the part. It's like, look at what you really risked your life for that. I'm out of here. There's no way. I'm glad Nia Long got her shit up and left. I hope she doesn't go back to him. I'm glad she got her shit up and got the fuck up out of there. No, your father not only betrayed our family, he betrayed me, he betrayed you. He risked his family for some pussy. Some carrot slaw pussy. Yeah. Some fried onions in a cardboard box pussy. Yeah. That's what he did. He risked his life for that. She better not ever go back. Okay? 1501. CEO Carl Crawford regrets heated internet beef with his estranged artist Megan Thee Stallion. Claimed he never had any real issues with the rapper. You take a social media part out of it, we don't have a problem. Yeah, we have a problem. You showed your fucking ass performing for these niggas, trying to make it seem like you was ruling over Meg, like you had something over Meg. No, fuck you, nigga. I don't even want to read about this because I'm gonna get mad. I know that's right. Zendaya has reportedly renegotiated her contract for Euphoria and will now be paid nearly $1 million per episode. Zendaya has allegedly renegotiated her contract. According to reports, Zendaya and her team recently approached the network about adjusting her contract. The actress played a huge part on the success of Euphoria, making it one of the highest watched shows in HBO's history. Okay, the Insider shared that Zendaya has now joined a list of celebrities making around $1 million per episode. According to the source, she just closed a big renegotiation that will likely put her close on that club. Other stars pulling in $1 million per episode includes Chris Pratt, Harrison Ford, Helen Mirren, Jason Sudeikis, and Ted Lasso, and Kevin Costner for Yellowstone. Zendaya brought in more money after becoming the executive producer in season 2. During the previous interview, the actress said becoming a producer felt like the right thing. Good for her. I know that's right. Give me my money. Give me my money. Nigga, I thought that was Nene. It says Gunplay and his fiance, newborn baby, is recovering from open heart surgery. But I thought that was Nene right quick. I was like, what is Nene doing with Gunplay? Girl. Well, shout out to their little baby. Oh, 9 days old and needing open heart surgery. Oh, look at the little baby. Oh my goodness, they had a GoFundMe. Wow. Okay. I hope the little baby is getting better. I'm not reading that. Dwyane Wade's daughter, Zaya Wade, name and gender change officially legalized. Shout out to them. A lot of people have a misunderstanding. And when I read the comments, a lot of people think that she has been legally granted the ability to have surgery. And that is not what is happening here. This is for a name change and a gender marker, right? That's for a name change and a gender marker. And a lot of people are like, why does she need to do it now? Because she wants to be affirmed in her identity. The sooner the better. Why should I wait like these old ass people until they're 80 years old, that they finally get to live in their truth. Let her do that as soon as possible. When she gets old enough, if anything else needs to happen, then she will be of age to make those decisions. But the gender marker and the name change has nothing to do with surgery. And I feel like there's a lot of willful ignorance in the comments that lends to that. I'm like, why do people think it's surgery? There's nothing anywhere that says surgery. Nothing. And I feel like it is you are acting like you don't understand it because you want to get off something else. So shout out to them. It says, after months of publicly feuding with his ex-wife, retired NBA vet Dwyane Wade has successfully gotten his transgender daughter's name and gender legally changed. Altered? You guys are using weird words. This is what the sentence actually says. And it's on purpose, right? After months of feuding with his ex-wife, retired NBA vet Dwyane Wade has successfully gotten his transgender daughter's name and gender legally altered. When I go get a name change, I'm not going to get a name alteration. I'm going to get a fucking name change. Y'all use specific words as dog whistles. You do. Altered. Wade submitted documents to have the 15-year-old, formerly named Zion, legally recognized as female with the new name back in August 2022. It had been 2 years at that point since the teen, now named Zaya Malachi Aramis Wade, publicly shared about her transition journey. According to reports, a LA court judge recently granted the petition, allowing the celebrity kid to be acknowledged as she chooses. As she chooses. Okay. There has been much discussion surrounding the decision to have Zaya's request honored, namely by her own mother. Wade's ex-wife and mother of his two eldest children, Siobhan Funches, has publicly stood against the athlete's decision. Funches even went as far as to file a motion asking the courts to dismiss the petition, and they ignored her. And that's, you know what, I saw Tabitha Brown on the red carpet. I don't know if I saved it. But one of the things that she said, and I say it all the time, your children, when you have them, they're not yours. They're not yours. They don't belong to you. They are not your property. They are a vessel for them to come into this world. And you make sure that they live the life, that you make sure that you help them and guide them. What I tell you the other day, Obi-Wan and Yoda, you guide them, protect them, support them in their identity. They are not here to be a version of you. They're not. They're not yours. They're not yours. They're not yours. You are just a vessel to bring them here. And it is by law it's your responsibility to make sure that you give them the tools that they need to survive without you. But when they start coming into their own identities, it is not your place to be the suppressor of that identity. It's not. And what kind of parent would you be to tell a child that you cannot be a teenager? You cannot be what you feel that you are because you are my responsibility. You belong to me. I think that's so harmful when you allow your children to express themselves and allow your children, like little boys want to wear nail polish. Why do they want to wear nail polish? It's not that they want to be girls. It's because nail polish is fucking fun. It's colorful. It got sparkles and shit in it. I can paint on my nails different colors. I can take it off and paint a different color. It's fun. That's why they want to put the makeup on and all this other stuff. Because it's fun. It's not like they want to be girls. And you get so afraid and you're like, I don't want my son wearing no nail polish. Why not? It's fun. It's different colors. What is wrong with that? Y'all, really, it's unfortunate, but what is going to happen? People are not going to change. People are steadfast in their belief systems, no matter if they came up with the belief themselves or it was something that was indoctrinated since they were young. They're going to hold on to them for death. Even if they bleed to death, they'll hold on. And then there's some people who will actually be like, you know what? I don't want to be the person on the other side of suppressing my child's identity. I want to do what I can to support them in the safest way possible for them. And that's all you're supposed to do. And give them a little love and affection on the way. But you don't get to suppress somebody's identity because you believe that they belong to you. They're not yours. They are not yours. They're not. I'm going to go. Oh, okay. I got to go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.